Welcome back, dear students. How are you all doing today? I hope you all are doing great and taking good care of yourself. And I'm happy to see that most of you have scored really well in your social studies exam in UT1. So on this very positive note, let's start our first chapter of UT2, that is latitude and longitude. So in previous chapter we have learned that Earth shape is called geoid and Earth shape is sphere, but it's not a true sphere. What exactly it is called? It is called oblate spheroid. It is called oblate spheroid. And why it is called oblate spheroid and why it's not true sphere? Because it is flattened from both the poles, from north poles and the south pole, and it has a very big bulge towards the equator. So that's the reason it is called oblate spheroid. So now we're going to learn what is globe. So what is globe? Globe is a true model of the earth. It's a miniature form of the earth. Next, available at various sizes and various types. You sometimes get it big one which is difficult to carry everywhere. You'll get the medium sized globe. You also get the pocket sized globe which you can carry it anywhere you want. So that is very handy too. So next point, it is not fixed and can be rotated. So it can also rotated exactly like Earth. So it can also be rotated like, have you seen the top spin or the porter's wheel, exactly the way they rotate? So it is not fixed, it can be rotated just like Earth. On globe, continent, ocean and countries are shown in the correct sizes. So even if you buy a small one or if you buy a medium one or buy a big one, the sizes will be shown exactly. The correct sizes will be shown in the globe. So next point is, I have tried to make a globe. I'm not very good at making drawings, but I have tried it, and just to give you a rough idea how exactly it looks like. So globe is look like this. It has a needle fixed on the poles which can be rotated, and it's fixed in a tilted manner. So these needles are called axes on which our earth rotates. It's not exactly any line or any reference point. It's a imaginary line on a fixed path on which our earth rotates. So I'll show you how exactly a globe look like. This look like this. There is a needle, you can see it here. There is a needle is fixed through the globe in a tilted manner, which is called its axis. 2 points on the globe through which needle passes are called North Pole and this is South Pole. The globe can be moved from its needle from west to east. As we all know that Earth rotates from west to east. Just as Earth moves, we can move the globe also. But there is a major difference. The Earth moves around its axis, which is an imaginary line. Another imaginary line running on the globe divides it into two equal parts. This line is called as equator. So, the northern half of the earth is known as northern hemisphere and the southern half of the hemisphere is called southern hemisphere. Southern half of the earth is called southern hemisphere. They are both equals half. The equator. So I hope I made this clear, and now you will know what is globe. As we all know that Earth is very big in size, and it is very difficult to describe the location of a point on a sphere like Earth. So now question arises, how to locate a place on it? We need certain point of references and line to find out the location of a place. So what we have done, we have certain references line, we have main line which is equator, which is a circular line which covers the whole entire world, entire earth. So the equator divides the earth into two equal parts. the upper part, the northern part is called northern hemisphere, and the south part is called as a southern hemisphere. And this is the equator line, and this is not you can see half of it, and it's a circular motion, and the same way it is divided, it's in a circular motion, so it divided out into two equal parts. We have learned equator is an imaginary circular line to locate the places on earth. All the parallel circle from equator up towards the pole are called parallels of latitude. Latitudes are always measured in degree. The equator represents the 0 degree latitude. Since the distance from the equator to either of the pole, 1/4 of the circle. So 1/4 of the circle, it's 90 degree always. It is measured 1/4 of the 360 degree, that is 90 degree. Thus 90 degree north latitudes mark the north pole. 90 degree south latitudes mark the south pole. All the parallels north towards the equator are called north latitudes. Similarly, all the parallel south of the equator are called as the southern latitude. The value of each latitude is indicated by letter N and letter S. N for north latitude and S for south latitude. If we don't mention north and south, that will create a problem or create a confusion. For example, I'll give you, it's example given in the book, I'll give you that example. Chandrapur, Maharashtra, which is located at 20 degree, and there's a Belo Horizonte in Brazil. It is again located at 20 degree. But if I don't mention 20 degree north here, it will create confusion, because India comes in the northern hemisphere and Brazil, which is in the southern hemisphere. So it's very important to donate letter N and S, because that distinguish between where exactly they are located. India is located in northern hemisphere, so we write 20 degree northern hemisphere and northern latitude, and it is 20 degree south, so it's 20 degrees south latitude. So this is how we have to mention letter N or S, otherwise it's going to create a big problem of confusion. So now we will learn what is latitude. When I was a kid at your age, I always find it very confusing what is latitude and what is longitude. So to memorize it in a very easy method, I always say latitude is a Lady line. So you can also use this trick to memorize it for further use. So Lady lines. So latitudes are the parallel line which going from equator towards both the poles. So towards the north pole, it's northern latitudes, and towards the southern pole, it is called the southern latitude. Apart from this equator, there are other important reference lines which we are going to study now. So this is equator, which is located at 0 degree latitude. Apart from this is Tropic of Cancer, which is located 23 degree and a half north. Arctic Circle, which is 66 degree and a half towards north, and similarly towards the southern hemisphere we have 23 degree and a half Tropic of Capricorn, and we have on 66 and a half degree south we have Arctic Circle. So these are the lines which is equally important as the equator. Now we will see the heat zone of the earth. If you see this area above the Tropic of Capricorn and towards the Tropic of Cancer, including the equator line. So this particular area which I marked, this is called as the torrid zone. So torrid, during the midday, the sun is exactly over the head, at least once a year on all the latitude between the Tropic of Capricorn and Tropic of Cancer. So therefore, this receives the maximum heat during the maximum heat, and this is called as a torrid zone. So next is the temperate zone, which lies between the Arctic Circle and the Tropic of Cancer. So area between the Arctic Circle and Tropic of Cancer towards the north, and area beyond this topic of Capricorn and Antarctic Circle. This area, this particular area I'm talking about. This. Okay, this particular area. This particular area, if you see the diagram in the book, I'll show you here. I have messed up here in this, so you can see it clearly. Okay, temperate zone, the midday sun never shines overhead on any latitude beyond Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. The angle of the sun rays goes decreasing towards the pole, such as area bounded by Tropic of Cancer, Antarctic Circle in Northern Hemisphere, the Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic Circle in the Southern Hemisphere. They have moderate temperature. These are called temperate zone. So the angle of, so here the sun rays, they never get the sun rays, direct sun rays. So this portion never get the direct sunlight. First, suppose this is sun. Okay, when it shines, this area will get direct sunlight, and when it goes towards the temperate zone, the angle becomes slightly diagonal towards it. So it is slightly diagonal towards this area, so they don't receive a direct sunlight. So during the midday, sun never shines overhead on any of this latitude in the temperate zone. So they always get the decreasing, so the sunlight always decreases towards the pole. And if we talk about this zone, this frigid zone, this particular southern frigid, so these are the area where we have a moderate kind of temperature. We don't have to, these areas are not too cold and not too hot. But talking about this one, the frigid zone, the sunlight rays become more slanting, more diagonal. So they hardly receive this sunlight. So these are the freezing area. So we know that Arctic Circle is the place where we have more snow, and Antarctic is also covered with snow throughout the year. So these both are called as the frigid zone. So I know I have messed up a bit, but I hope you will understand this. So now I'll summarize once again. This is the equator line, which is located at 0 degree latitude, and latitude is always counted as the measured in degree. So when we go towards 23 degree and a half, this is Tropic of Cancer, and 66 and a half towards north, it is called Arctic Circle, and 23 degree half towards Southern Hemisphere, it is called Tropic of Capricorn. 66 and a half south, it is Antarctic Circle. So we have studied the latitude, the important reference line apart from the equator, that is this line. Now we have studied about the different zone, different heat zone. So first we have taken like temperate zone. This is a torrid zone which we had talked about earlier. This is a torrid zone. This area which receives the maximum sunlight because sun is direct always on their head during the noon time. So these are the area from here to here. These places are the moderate temperature. They get moderate temperature because the sun is not too harsh here because it has a slightly diagonal sun angle. So they are not getting this direct sun rays. They are getting the kind of slanting or the diagonal way. Similarly here in the southern zone also, southern temperate zone and northern temperate zone. So the temperature is moderate, but towards the 66 degree and a half, this is Antarctic Circle, this is North Frigid zone, and towards the southern, it is southern frigid zone. So these are the freezing areas of our world, of our Earth. So these are the area where the life is not possible. So the best temperature we get it here on this zone, the temperate zone, and this place where exactly Africa, Brazil, these kind of countries are located. This receives the maximum sunlight. So today we only going to learn the latitude, and in next class I will be taking your longitude. So that's all from my side now, and see you then till we meet next time on Friday. Thank you for giving me time and watching this. Thank you so much.